Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make spinach and tomato lasagna. Here are the ingredients. You'll need 600 milliliters of cream, 600 grams of spinach, I'm using frozen spinach here, some tomatoes, how many you need depends on the size of them, 3 garlic cloves, some parsley, and some Emmental and Parmesan cheese. Today I decided to make the dough too, for which you'll need 600 grams of flour and 6 eggs. For the dough, start by weighing 600 grams of flour, and then sprinkle some salt onto it. Then you can crack all the 6 eggs open in a bowl. I tried first adding the eggs directly to the flour, but it didn't work out really well. So I'd suggest you to add the eggs to a bowl and mix them together, and then add the mixture to the flour. So then you can add the egg mixture to the flour and mix it until it becomes a dough. This process can be really messy at times. As you can see, it really sticks to the hands. But in the end, it should make a dough that doesn't stick too much. You can always remove what's stuck to your hands by rubbing them together or just use a knife to scrape it off. You should end up with a dough ball that kind of springs back when it's slightly poked. When you're done, just cover it up and let it rest for 30 minutes. Then you can separate the dough into 5 smaller balls, which makes it easier for rolling. If you have a fancy pasta machine, you can use that too, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna roll them with a rolling pin instead. Be sure to use enough flour or else the dough will stick and it's gonna be a mess. Since the dough is really elastic, it takes quite a long time and effort to stretch it out thin enough. Once you're done rolling each part of the dough, you can just stack them on top of each other. As long as there's enough flour between them, they're not gonna melt together. Then you're going to need to separate the parsley leaves from the stems, and then just cut the parsley into smaller pieces. Then you're going to take 3 garlic cloves and just chop them into thin slices. If you have a garlic press, then you just use that instead. Pour half of the cream into a pot, and then add a teaspoon of chicken broth powder. Add the sliced parsley and garlic, and stir and let it cook for a while. You can then add the spinach and the rest of the cream. Now it's probably a good time to start preheating the oven at 200 degrees Celsius. Cover it up and let it simmer for around 7 to 8 minutes. Then it's time to cut the tomatoes into pieces and also grate the cheese. Pour some of the spinach sauce in the bottom of a large dish so that it won't stick to the lasagna. Then try lay out your pieces of lasagna to cover as much of the area as possible. Then add a layer of the spinach with its sauce, and add some tomatoes on top. After that, sprinkle some Parmesan and Emmental cheese. And then repeat the whole process again to make a second layer. So the spinach sauce, tomatoes, and then the cheese again. To finish it up, add a final layer of lasagna and pour the rest of the spinach sauce. Sprinkle some cheese, and if you want, you can add some breadcrumbs on top for extra crispiness. Finally, it's time to put the lasagna in the oven. It cooks for around half an hour at 200 degrees Celsius. When it's done, it should be slightly brown at the top. And here's the final result. It was really tasty, although the lasagna wasn't quite cooked enough. It may be a good idea to pre-boil the noodles or to roll them even thinner. I'm a bit disappointed, since homemade noodles are supposed to taste better, but in this case the store-bought ones were better. I'm still glad it didn't turn out to be a disaster.